Hello, dear students. I welcome you to this virtual session. The purpose of this lecture is to explain the procedure for the smooth conduct of internal practice of teaching for B.Ed program first and second semester of batch 2018. Before I throw light on the various aspects of the teaching practice and internship, let me underline some important points. As we know that the whole world is going through a crisis due to COVID-19, and consequently all our social institutions have suffered badly, including education system. It is for the first time in the history of the world that the schools and other educational institutions have been closed across the globe. So in the context, UNESCO has strongly recommended the continuation of education through alternative means like homeschooling, open and distance education, online education, e-learning and other digital resources. World Bank in its report Remote Learning, Distance Education and Online Learning during the COVID-19 pandemic also advocates that education should be sustained through online and offline learning spaces. In India, Ministry of Human Resource Development, University Grants Commission and other national bodies strongly recommended the remote learning, distance education and online learning to keep the teaching learning process alive. In the backdrop of these developments, the Honorable Vice Chancellor, University of Kashmir, Professor Talat Ahmed, put a vision before the Directorate of Distance Education to execute the internal practice of teaching through online and offline spaces available in our place to safeguard the distance learners from academic loss. Keeping the existing situation in view, the Directorate of Distance Education, University of Kashmir, realizes the practical difficulty in arranging the internal practice of teaching once schools reopen. Therefore, so we decided to go ahead with the model of home-based teaching practice. Earlier, our model was based on the framework of school-based teaching practice, where we used to train our people teachers in the physical spaces. Now the world has shifted from school-based learning to home-based learning. So at this crucial juncture, we have also tried to frame our internal practice of teaching within the larger framework of concepts like homeschooling, online education, and open and distance learning. This framework is validated by many great educationists, thinkers like Ivan Illich, Evert Reimer, and many other thinkers. All top universities of the world like Harvard, MIT, Oxford, and other universities also recommend that educational institutions should use the virtual spaces in order to fulfill the students' learning needs. In this scenario, Directorate of Distance Education, University of Kashmir, under the dynamic leadership of Professor Tariq Ahmed Chasti, also decided to go ahead with the internal practice of teaching in this framework to save the precious time of our students. My dear students, before I discuss about the parameters of your teaching practice and internship, I want to make it clear once again that the venue of your teaching practice is not school, rather it is your home. This internal practice of teaching is home-based model, so you need not to go physically to any school. Regarding the formation of group for this model, therefore there are two ways of formation of groups. First is offline mode. In this model, we expect our people teacher will form a micro group of 3 to 5 students of any class from 1st to 10th residing in your neighborhood. There is no any binding, and you can make a group of 3 students also. We trust that in maximum families there are the children who are enrolled in government or government recognized schools. Therefore, formation of the group will not be a difficult task for the people teachers. The second way of formation of group is through online mode. Here, a people teacher can form a group 3 to 10 of students on the basis of their academic relevance. This group will work as a micro group for people teachers who desire to deliver their classes through online mode. It is our strength that maximum students enrolled in our B.Ed program are working as school teachers, lecturers, both in government and private sector. Therefore, it will not be difficult for our students to identify the school children and constitute the micro group. Dear students, there may be some confusions among many students, especially among those who have not submitted the consent internal POT format or has not been the part of any group. What they will do? Relax. In this framework of teaching practice, there is no relevance of such formats and previously constituted groups. It is entirely a different model. In this model, our people teachers have to frame a fresh group of children, not B.Ed students, and you are yourself a group leader. This group formation is based on your selection and feasibility. Let us have a detailed discussion on the various parts of internal practice of teaching. The first component is about school internship. Dear students, the purpose of internship in B.Ed first and second semester is to give a people teacher an understanding about the functioning and purpose of various types of educational institutions. Usually in our normal procedure, our students are expected to visit Anganwadi centers, primary schools or middle schools, high schools or higher secondary school and diets. They are mandated to have an interaction with the students and staff in the school-based model of teaching practice. Since we know that the physical learning space has been closed, so in light of this closure and to fulfill the gap of school internship, people teachers are advised to prepare a brief profile of the Anganwadi center functioning in your vicinity by describing the purpose and functioning of these Anganwadi centers. People teacher can contact the Anganwadi worker of his or her vicinity over the phone to know more details about the purpose of these centers. We expect that our B.Ed students should know why these Anganwadi centers has been established, who have been benefited from these centers. In case you are not in a position to contact Anganwadi worker, there is enough material available online regarding the purpose of Anganwadi centers, both electronic and print, particularly good videos on the YouTube. Directorate will also upload relevant material in due course of time. Dear students, the second activity is related to the understanding of high school, higher secondary schools. You are advised to prepare a brief profile of any school or any higher secondary school located in your educational zone. Here you have a choice in the selection of the school. Either you can choose a high school or higher secondary school, depends upon your feasibility. Students are supposed to know the structure and working of these educational institutions. The aim of this short profile is to know more about the structure, functioning and role of these type of schools in our educational system. The structure of high school or higher secondary school is entirely different from higher secondary. So here our focus is that our students should be able to differentiate between a primary school and a high school or a higher secondary school. To gain more knowledge about these schools, we suggest our students to contact any concerned teacher of these schools over the phone to know more about the high schools or higher secondary schools. You can take the guidance from the experienced teacher to compile your report. Another important activity of internship is to have knowledge of DIETs. DIET stands for District Institute of Education and Training. Every district has one DIET. We expect our students to write a brief outline on the functioning of DIETs. District Institute of Education and Training is located in each district. The profile should mention the activities of the diet like teacher training activities, action research, extension services. Diets have been assigned the task to conduct the 8th class examination. Therefore, you should know this aspect deeply. How exams are conducted by diets, particularly the process of evaluation and result. You should also know the staff strength, how many departments are in the diets, and what are the other activities carried by the diets. It is better to contact any lecturer of any higher secondary or diet over the phone to know more about the role and functioning of diets. The same should be reported on the internship notebook. In our B.Ed program, there is a full-fledged paper on teacher education where we have a detailed discussion regarding the role and functioning of diets. I strongly recommend my students to read it so that you will get a detailed picture of diet. I believe this activity will help you in understanding our school education system in a broader perspective. Another key component of internal practice of teaching is your micro-teaching activity. Dear students, in first year of our B.Ed program, micro-teaching is an important component about which we have already provided theoretical information in our theory portion through our study material. Please refer to our study material again to update your concepts related to micro-teaching. Students are advised to prepare micro-teaching notebook on different skills of micro-teaching like skill of set indication, skill of stimulus variation, skill of using board, and so forth. The sample of micro-teaching lesson plan is available on the official website of the Directorate. We advise our students that a number of good lectures on micro-teaching are available on YouTube, IPOT and other online resources where you can get knowledge about this activity. We would also share some important material on our internal practice of teaching platform for the comprehension of the students regarding the micro-teaching activity. So for this activity is concerned, we expect you should prepare minimum 5 lessons on different skills as per your choice and deliver it to your micro student group. The number of students required is minimum 3. Students shall maintain micro teaching on any available notebook, and we expect students should capture pictures while delivering class. It is only for those who have opted offline mode. The pictures can be captured by any family member. Those who have opted online mode shall take screenshot of their online classes while delivering the lectures and should preserve them. These pictures are not to be uploaded on the DDE website. We respect your privacy. They have to be preserved in your cell phone for reference and record. There is a possibility that at the time of your examination, examiner may ask you about the proof. So we advise our students to save these pictures as evidence. Dear students, another important component is delivery of lessons. Delivery of lessons is not part of internal practice of teaching for B.Ed first and second semester students as per the existing course structure. We know it that it is not a part. However, to compensate the internship component, it will be valued in the final assessment. The students are advised to prepare the lesson plan well in advance on a separate notebook in the language paper they have opted in B.Ed, particularly in second semester, like teaching of English, Urdu, Kashmiri, Hindi, or any other. In our second semester, every student is supposed to choose one language paper. So we expect that our students shall prepare a minimum of 15 lessons in the language paper and deliver these lessons to the micro student group. You can use any relevant teaching aid available to you for delivering the lesson and can deliver one class on daily basis as per your convenience and the convenience of your group. The timing for the delivery of lectures shall be 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. only. DDE offers you a flexibility of timing. However, in any case, you should ensure all norms of social distancing as per COVID-19 protocol while delivering the lecture. Dear students, you are supposed to record the lesson planning on a separate notebook and will ensure to capture the pictures while delivering the lecture with the help of your family member. It is only for offline mode. Those who will prefer to go for online mode will take screenshots of their online classes while delivering the lecture and should preserve them as a reference of record. We want to remind you once again that these pictures are not supposed to be uploaded on the DDE website. They have to be preserved in your cell phone. We respect your personal space. Dear students, now another important component is preparation of notebooks. Students usually have doubts that how many notebooks they have to prepare for their practice of teaching and internship. Dear students, the total number of notebooks to be prepared by the students of B.Ed first and second semester are only 3. One for school internship, second for micro teaching, and third for lesson planning. You can use any plain notebook for the preparation of lesson plan, internship, and micro teaching activity. Now, dear students, we will talk about important component, that is how to mark your attendance. Dear students, you are advised to complete the internal practice of teaching within 20 days starting from 18th of May 2020 till 30th June 2020 as per your feasibility. You can even start your internal practice of teaching after 18th May, but you have to complete the whole process with all components by 30th June. The attendance link shall be available only up to 30th June on DDE website. You are also advised to upload the attendance without any photograph on daily basis on the attendance portal against each lecture. For example, if it is your first lecture, please go on link number 1, and if it is your third lecture, go on link number 3 to have your online attendance. You should be very careful while submitting your details online, and please fill the details like enrollment number, semester, batch, cell number, and topic properly. Those who have internet issues can upload their attendance together later on, as our links for previous days shall remain available on the attendance portal till 30th June. Dear students, I want to inform you that this attendance is only for the B.Ed student. Your micro group are not supposed to have any attendance. I hope this point is clear to all of you. Dear students, I hope that you are clear about the process now. We are open to receive your queries and questions. We welcome your doubts. DDE has a full-fledged team and our Dean, School of Open Learning, Professor Mushtaq Ahmed, is always keen to address the genuine grievances of students well in time. Our Director, Professor Tariq Ahmed, is always concerned to keep distance learners in a comfortable zone. You are advised to visit DDE website frequently for latest updates. Still, in case you have any difficulty, students can mail to the education faculty of the DDE on the emails already shared with the students. Besides that, we have a dedicated faculty like Mr. Shaukat Rashidwani, who is coordinating B.Ed program for Jammu and Ladakh. Students from North Kashmir can approach Dr. Javed Ahmed Puju Saab to get clarification regarding the practice of teaching. Likewise, for South Kashmir, Dr. Sayyid Ishfaq Saab is there to help the students. And myself, Habibullah Shah, I am coordinating B.Ed program for Central Kashmir. Besides, we have a dedicated IT professional, Mr. Khawja Muhammad Shafi, Assistant Professor, who is constantly working to keep the e-learning initiatives a successful journey in our directorate. Well, before I conclude, I want to quote here Alvin Toffler, who is the author of the famous book Future Shock, has said, "The illiterate of 21st century are not those who cannot read and write, but those who cannot learn, unlearn and relearn." Please subscribe to our channel for the latest updates related to your program. Stay home, stay safe. Thank you.